Welcome back to Masterpiece Tarot. I am Tala, and I'm going to go ahead and get a reading for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine counterparts. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and dive right in. What messages do you have for us, Spirit? We'll do our masculines on the left, feminines on the right. The usual thing that I like to do. What do you have for us today, Spirit? Really want to look at the connecting energies, the connection in this read. What are we looking at for Divine Masculine here? Seven of Pentacles. The Star. And an Ace of Cups. Nice energy here. There's a masculine who's been building something. As he heals, he's preparing maybe to receive an offer of love or give an offer of love. And this could be like a renewal. It could be a new start. It could be a new connection altogether. He's building something. And for feminine, we have a Ten of Cups. This is somebody who has fulfillment in their life. Somebody who's satisfied. We have a Two of Pentacles. There's a sense of balance here. Sheesh. Cards are flying. Okay, there's a sense of balance. And a Four of Wands. Wow. There's that Union card. Well, whoever I'm reading for, this would look to be pretty aligned here. Just looking at these cards here. Especially here in the future. We see on this Four of Wands card that these people are celebrating. A new love offer is here with the Ace of Cups. These two very much go hand in hand. You need love to create a union, a happy, stable, solid partnership and home with another. And with the Star and the Two of Pentacles here in the current energy, it's as if the masculine energy, we see two people working on themselves. They're doing their own thing. The Star is working on healing on the masculine side, connecting with that light, cultivating the light within. And on the feminine side, we see somebody who's working on balance. Could be internal balance, balancing things in their life, work, home, play, and serious stuff. You know, I'm really struck. I don't know why, and I don't even know what the significance of it is, but there's this white string, and there's a white string. They're like the same kind of string. And this is a similar motion. There's a string that's connecting her to the light, and there's this looped string connecting her to this mirrored shape. It's like a, I'm having trouble finding the word, but it's the same, but it's different. They're opposites. They are counterparts. This one is filled in and solid. This one is ethereal, like of the sky, the earth, the sky, the air. This one is like leather with rivets. So these two counterparts are working on things in their own lives that need to be worked on right now, it would seem. And then in the past, there's a difference here. The masculine energy we see focusing on, growing this little shrub. And it's almost like a sense of admiring what's been grown here. It has this nice strong root system that's taken some time to do that. So this is one counterpart, in the masculine counterpart. The other counterpart in the past has had this Ten of Cups, this fulfillment, this family, this, reason to celebrate, this abundance. So in the past, these two doing different things, but in the current, things have lined up more. Things are lining up more here in the current energy and in the future. So let's clarify these and see if we can. One question that I have is, I'm curious about this alignment that's occurred, I guess, in the recent past, or that is occurring. Like there's some kind of bridge that goes from this difference to this now connection. So this could be something that has come together recently or is coming together, Yeah, I would say is coming together. It's in the process of coming together because the love offering is in the future. The Four of Wands is in the future. Right now, we see two counterparts working on themselves, healing, balancing. Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. We have Justice, we have Death, and there's a Three of Wands. What I'm seeing here in the past, on this masculine side, there has been a transformation of some kind, that has led to growth and expansion. And this is some type of justice. Not sure what that's about. That's just how I'm reading it. It could be the other way around too. It could be that an act of justice has allowed things to transform and expand. This could be, this could be coming from the divine or coming from the earthly plane or realm. Yeah, for this masculine, I think there's a sense that whatever this growth and expansion and transformation is that's happening on the masculine side in the recent past has to do with fairness. It has to do with balancing his or their life out in some way. Something was out of balance before, perhaps, and there was a need to maybe get in touch with their own abilities, skills, also their nature, right? Yeah, because in this card in the Rider-Waite, the Seven of Pentacles, we see somebody standing there really admiring what they've built. So there's a sense of self-discovery that allows this transformation and expansion. Yeah, this self-discovery and expansion is transformative, and it brings injustice. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, and the star. What's happening with the star energy here on the masculine side? What's the healing about? We have a King of Swords, a King of Cups, we have air sign, water sign, masculines over here, and a Ten of Pentacles. I'm getting here, the healing that I'm seeing here has to do maybe with masculine's relationship to a father or a parental figure. With the Ten of Pentacles, something's being healed. Again, this card is about abundance. It can also be about inheritance. And so, you know, this masculine, their divine inheritance might be to embody this star energy, who's a healer, essentially. And with these two kings here, we see two examples of what that could look like. This could be somebody who uses their healing gift through language, their words, ideas. It could be writing. We also see somebody who is very empathic, a master of their emotions. And so something is being healed here for this masculine. There's a sense of, yeah, deep healing of a wounded inner child that's happening currently for the masculine. These could be people in the masculine's energy that are assisting. These could be role models. They could be co-workers, mentors, family members. But there's a sense that there's some healing happening in terms of parental figures. And let's look at this love offer. What is this about here for the masculine? What's this Ace of Cups, Spirit? What's the Ace of Cups? the Devil. Okay. This is about deception. This is about manipulation, control, addictions. A Six of Pentacles. And a Tower. With these cards, I'm getting that the masculine is being blessed in a way. He's receiving a blessing from some kind of an adult. Okay? And what it's to do with is, you know, whatever addictions have been overcome, whatever bad habits have crumbled, you know, whatever was negative in this masculine's life seems that it is crumbling, it will crumble, it's coming down. And with it is the right to self-love, first and foremost. With the healing, we always have to heal ourselves first. You know, this masculine might actually be receiving some assistance in bringing this devil down. You know, in the Six of Pentacles, we see the scales, but we also see the scales in the Justice card. Making things fair, the universe making things fair. People holding the value of fairness. You know, and the Justice card was up here with Death. So it's almost like something maybe wasn't fair for this masculine, as a matter of fact. And now we have these kings who seem to be stepping in, offering some guidance here for healing, toward healing. And then in the future, we continue to address this kind of dark energy, but there's something suddenly that collapses, or there's like a sense of whatever wasn't good here, right? I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, but something causes somebody to need to heal. There's death and justice. You know, maybe when this masculine really starts loving himself, and maybe this is in the near future, he really holds that cup of love that he has for himself, that this will balance things out in his own life and cause this tower to fall that has to do with toxic stuff, like we just said, all that toxic stuff. So this might be about self-love on the masculine side right now, kind of getting himself prepared for a Four of Wands. It might be that feminine's already here. She's ready, maybe. We're going to find out. Yeah, I think masculine over here is in a healing mode. He's in some type of self-love, healing mode over here in this reading. Tell us about the Ten of Cups. We have a Knight of Pentacles, a Wheel of Fortune, and a Knight of Cups. So we have two Knights, a Wheel of Fortune. The fact that we have two Knights is interesting. I can't help but wonder if one of them's got cups and one of them's got pentacles. So there's love and there's something in the material. Something's changing. Yeah, it's hard for me to know if with these counterparts, if this is a couple that's come apart and now they're doing healing so that they can come back together. But it's kind of feeling that way here with these cards. You know, feminine might be out there dating, exploring options. They're two knights. One's a water sign, one's a earth sign. The karmic wheel is turning. It's almost like things are changing. She might want to be out here dating. She might have met somebody that caused an upheaval or caused a change. Sometimes we're with somebody who is a good fit, but then we meet somebody else who's also a good fit, and it can be confusing, especially if like there's a strong soul bond, a soul connection with one, because it creates this contrast. You can't really compare apples to oranges because they're just different. And some people find soulmates more desirable. Some people feel out of their depth with soulmates. They'd rather just have some type of a, I don't know what, some people would call it karmic, but that sounds a little judgmental. Not everybody's tuned into the soul, but it doesn't mean they're in a toxic relationship. Yeah. All right. So to clarify the Two of Pentacles, we have an Ace of Wands, a King of Wands, and a Three of Pentacles. So remember, feminine is over here balancing something out. Well, she might be considering a passionate new start. It could be with this person that she's been with. It could be a fire sign. It could be somebody new. You know, it could be this counterpart, or it could be somebody new. There is a sense of collaboration, though, here. She might be receiving some guidance at this time. You know, sometimes I think the Three of Pentacles is about teaming up, working together, helping each other out. She might be seeking some support at this time. You might be collective. This is you. And we'll clarify the Four of Wands. So we have here a Page of Swords, a Two of Pentacles, and a Four of Pentacles. On the cards, these look like young energies here. We see a union here in the future, but it's not clear if these two are aligned with each other in the future, is what I would say. Dropped a card. And I just say that because initially I thought they really were aligned, but now I'm looking at it and I'm wondering, because there's a celebration, and the Four of Wands is the stable home. It could even be a union. But the Page of Swords is a young energy. The Two of Pentacles is some kind of juggling, which we already had here. First I thought it was just balancing, but with all this energy that I'm seeing with the two knights, and now we have two juggling cards. we have this partnering, this, you know, it's not 2, it's 3. And then we have a Page of Swords. The energy here on feminine's side feels a little messier to me than masculine's in this read. And I'm not sure if it's because this is a younger energy. It feels like a lot of changes happening here and there. It's like it's not a continuous flow of in one direction towards one aim. This energy is choppy. It's like yeah, so this might be a divine masculine and a divine feminine who've been together, maybe. And I'm saying that because I see this here in the past. But like maybe this masculine's been kind of working on his own thing, something like that. And what the energy would indicate here on the masculine side is this is more about self-love than partnership. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. These people could be close, they could be involved, but it doesn't seem like their energies are really all that aligned, if I'm completely real about it. Let's see. Yeah, whilst feminine is over here receiving an offer, a passionate new offer from possibly a King of Wands, and building something here, collaborating with some people. We see masculine over here healing his inner child. Over here we see masculine loving himself, okay, being freed from something heavy and destructive, while we see feminine over here dancing and juggling and, you know, hanging out with a Page of Swords, a student, a young person. And this seems to be this person's stability. I mean, this is kind of where they are. The Four of Pentacles indicates that there's something solid in this energy here. It's a chaotic energy, but it could just because it's young, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, collective. Do we want to pull any other cards? Yeah, we can. We can. Let's get like connecting energy. Ooh, that's one of those cards that I have to cover up. So we have the Star again. So there is a sense of healing here. Something's being healed between the two. That's positive. So like there's a sense, even if they're on divergent paths, that it's okay. Ooh, gotta cover up the Devil too. Okay, we need a bigger one. Here's the Devil. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. There could be a sense of something that's addictive with that Ace of Wands on the feminine side. That's very phallic. That card, there could be an attachment in that area of things. No pun intended. This could be the thing that binds these two together with the devil. I say bind because of the devil. And then we have a Hierophant. Learning, guidance, education, rules. Yeah. These two are on divergent paths, I would say, because over here on the masculine side, we talked about how the Six of Pentacles, that person in that image there, is like giving a blessing to the masculine, something like this, giving something that will allow masculine to continue to grow and heal and all this. And so there's a sense of learning and guidance. And over here. And over here, the Hierophant would say to people in this energy, I think they would say, live your life. You know, like in the Four of Wands in this depiction, it's hard to say if who these two people are. One might be a little younger than the other. It is hard to say. Are these the people in the union? Is this a mother and a daughter? Are these the children that are all part of the happy home, the happy, stable home? And it's kind of like maybe the Hierophant is saying, if this is your happy, stable home, roll with it, go with it. But we have youthful energy. We have a Page of Swords who's really young, and a 2 and a 4 of Pentacles. So it's like there's not a lot here yet in the way of abundance. There's stability and balance, but there's just a sense of youthfulness. Yeah, we have the 2, 3, and 4 of Pentacles over here. Another thing on the feminine side here is that in the past, you know, one individual that came in might have been a Knight of Pentacles, offering something in the material, in contrast or in comparison to this other individual who's offering love. So there could be two different people with these two balancing cards. There could be two offers for this feminine here. Kind of what I'm seeing also. So there's a need to make a choice. Yeah, this feminine's going to need to make a choice. And meanwhile, masculine heals. Okay, guys, so those are the messages. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now.